Good day to everyone. Welcome to our topic this day. Today we will be opening or we will be discussing a new topic, uh, which is all about the human person as an embodied spirit. If we'll try to recall uh, our previous topics, we could really see how our topics evolve. Okay, from doing philosophy, wherein we know ourselves, who we are. We studied the insights, the reflections. Um, we discovered the methods of philosophy. We discovered the different approaches of philosophy. And last time we've studied the human person as an embodied spirit, human subjectivity. We also deal with the experience, the lived experience, as discussed by Father Moga and Paul, based on the philosophy of Father Moga and Paul Ricoeur, the question of being by Heidegger. And now, this day, we will be discussing the new topic, which is the human person and his environment. Okay? The human person and his environment. And I would like to remind, just a brief reminder for all of us, while uh, discussing this topic, even this is very most common to us, I'm requesting everyone to at least lend your ears, so that we could also have this, alam mo yun, we can take part of the discussion. Okay? And for us to be guided, let's have first these learning targets. Okay? So we have these two. We have two learning targets. One, I can identify different conditions of the environment. And second, I can evaluate how things in the environment were being placed. Okay? But before that, I would like to somehow watch you this very short clip. Okay? Very short clip on Philippines or Philippine climate change of 2021. Okay, so let's watch this.
Tuwing 10 taon, merong malaking bahang nagaganap. 1978, malaking baha. Tapos sa 10 taon, 1988, malaking baha ulit. Tapos sa 10 taon, 1999, malaking baha na naman. Tropical Storm Undoy, 2009, dinali na naman kami. 10 taon na naman. Ito lahat ay nagmula sa pag-iinit ng klima. Climate change na ito. Napakaganda ang buhay nung bata pa ako doon sa Paco, Maynila. Kasi ilang lakad mo lang, mga 150 metro lamang mula sa bahay namin, ay bukid na, may bukid na. At doon kami naglalaro. Naging playground ko, bukid. Sa pusod ng Maynila, may bukid. Ang gilid ng Pedro Hill noon ay punong-puno ng puno. Puno ng kamatsile. Doon na kami naglalaro ng holin sa gilid ng Pedro Hill, sa ilalim ng mga puno ng kamatsile. At sa gabi, alam mo, nakikita ko may mga alitap-tap. Nawala na lahat yan. Nawala na lahat yan sa takbo ng panahon, sa dami ng tao, dumami ang mga bahay, mga bukirin, naging semento na. At ang kapalit ay pagbaha, pagdumi ng ilog, at nawala ang mga bukid. Dumami ang tao. Dikit-dikit na kami. Binabaha na kami. Kaya nung 1971, umalis kami ng Maynila. Lumipat kami rito sa San Mateo. Ngunit, yon, pareho ang kinahinatnan ng kapaligiran. Nung pinanggalingan ko sa Paco, ay hindi nagtagal, ganun din ang nangyari dito sa kapaligiran, dito sa aming barangay Banaba, sa Mateo Rizal. Ang ilog ay unti-unti nang dumudumi. Napakarami ng mga bundok ang napatag sa Muntalban at sa San Mateo. Nagkaroon ng problema. Nakita ko sa lugar. Naobserbahan ko lugar. Galing ko Maynila. Naobserbahan ko lugar. Kinakailangan ugatin ang problema ng climate change. Kinakailangan may karampatang kilos ang mga tao. Lahat ng tao ay meron ding kakayahan makatulong sa pagsagka ng climate change. Hindi lang unawa eh. Isang level yung unawa. Pero mas malalim pa ay yung kilos. Pagkatanim, tulad ng ginagawa namin dito sa Puglog Tao, sa mga pamayanan, huwag magsunog ng basura. So, nagpatas ng kamalayan, sumunod, nag-organisa, sumibol nga ang Buklod Tao, sumibol nga ang aming community-based disaster risk reduction management, sumibol na ang aming pagpapataas ng kapasidad ng komunidad, hanggang sa nagkaroon kami ng ganitong evacuation center, nagkaroon kami ng mga proyekto sa pagtatanim, sa livelihood program, at sa paggawa ng bangka, para bigyan ng bangka ang mga vulnerable komunidad. Pero ako isang tao lamang, isang simpleng mamamayan. Tumatanda na. Pero sinasabi ko ngayon dito, dinanas ko ang magandang kapaligiran. Ito na nga, ang climate change. Nandito na tayo. Gawin natin ang bawat makakaya natin gawin. Pwede pa.
Okay. Based on the clip that we watched earlier, based on that clip, what are your insights? Ano yung pumapasok sa isip ninyo habang pinapanood niyo yung clip? Anyone? If you want to share, just write your sharing, or if you want to have some insights, just write it in the chat room so that I can read that, and we could somehow discuss and share your ideologies. Okay, we watch that clip so that we can actually delve to our topic, which is all about human person and environment. Paul Ehrlich would say that the grave risk of global warming was already anticipated, but it has been long ignored. Matagal na daw natin itong ini-ignore. While there are sectors who cast a cloud of doubt about the reality of climate change, most scientists are, however, united in their findings and stand as to its occurrence and impact. And whether we like it or not, this impact is most felt by the poorest regions in the planet, whether we like it or not. Kakalungkot lang. Kaya nga parang ako, having discussed and facilitated this kind of a topic, I was deeply moved with what had happened nowadays. Kasi hindi naman question yung hindi naman question yung naranasan at napagdaanan natin, kasi nga hindi naman yan ikaila na ahead ako ng konti sa inyo ng edad. Pero I've experienced, base nga dun sa kwento dun sa clip na-experience niya dati na ganito, ganyan. Ako, na-experience ko, yung kwento nga niya na 10 years may baha, 10 years, every 10 years. Pero, iba talaga ngayon. Iba talaga ngayon. Having pondered that clip, parang I was try to think of this. Paano kaya pagdating ng 20, 30 years from now, and you have already settled your life, ano na kaya ang environment natin ngayon? During that time, ano kaya ang environment during that time? If we will remain ignoring the cry of our environment, the crisis, the ecological crisis that has been declining nowadays, our biodiversity, to habitat destruction, deforestation, nuclear wastes. And it was mentioned also by Ehrlich that our ozone layer has this huge hole already. And there is this great effect of this what we call greenhouse gases. Lalo na umiinit ang ating mundo ngayon. Kaya let's try to ponder. 30, 20 years from now, should we remain ignoring all those things? Sa bahay, kaya ako, natutuwa ako na we will not just, we will i-set aside na lang muna natin yung mga issues of politics. Pero there was this one area na talagang I was so happy. I was so happy na merong nililinis ang Pasig, nililinis ang Manila Bay, nililinis ang Boracay, and giving enough penalties to those companies who have been long before doing, alam mo yun, na nagtatapo ng kanilang mga toxics sa ilog o sa dagat. Sobrang grabe na ang distractions. Paano na ang henerasyon ng mga anak ninyo? Let's try to ponder this. Because whether we like it or not, the relationship between human beings and the environment is sometimes wrongly viewed in an instrumental way. The earth is valued only because of its resources. Oh man, grabe, kaliwat kanan ang try to visit Surigao del Sur. Try to visit parts of Cebu where minings in Palawan. Nakakalungkot. Kahit sa ating mga karagatan. That is why in this lesson, we will try to examine the nature of deep ecology. and environmental stewardship. This is very important. And we will try to study the problem of climate change and the concept of this what we call climate justice. Right? So this is what Paul Ehrlich said, that virtually every sort of ecological crisis from declining. Grabe naman talaga. It is very clear. So there are this what we call two important aspects of deep ecology, which is self-realization and biocentric equality. When we say self-realization, this is spiritual in nature. The basic idea is that it is not, di naman Western ego, it's not that, alam mo yun, para bagang it is not that we detach ourselves from nature, but in this deep ecology, people should grow with nature. People should grow with nature. That should what people realized. Dapat ito yung ma-realize natin. Now, we are part of this nature. You see how this German philosopher attributed his philosophy. Secondly, the idea of biocentric equality. So this means that all things in the biosphere develop to reach their own unfolding or self-realization. So it means that all organisms in the planet form part of a whole. So we are all one. We do share a unity. And this oneness implies that each has equal worth or value in the whole unfolding of the universe. Wow! Grabe, sinasabi nitong Paul Ehrlich na to. And let's try to imagine that yung deep ecology naman talaga na sinasabi niya is really, or it seeks to solve our environmental problems in a holistic way. It takes into great consideration the manner by which humans govern their inner lives. So in this view, ecological consciousness and deep ecology are in contrast with the dominant worldview. So this is very important. Ngayon, ito na yung pinag-usapan natin earlier. Wherein humankind is part of the world and we significantly affect our environment in the same way that changes in our environment affects us. So ito yung pinag-usapan natin earlier. Another philosopher, Mary Midgley, okay, sabi kasi niya, very siya sa development ng ating society. If I am not mistaken, because Mary Midgley is, aside from, well, environmentalist, philosopher, okay, she has this compassion. Okay. And he further said that man is the measure of all things. And with that, sabi niya, the problem that we've encountered nowadays, especially relative to our environment, is about human selfishness. Man has been utilizing the resources in his environment without due respect for human or for nature or creation. No, pero iisip ka din eh. Because it's true. Kita mo naman kung ano ang ginagawa ng mga tao nowadays. Ha? Mary Midgley. And there are three major views according to her. May tatlong kapamaraanan para tingnan natin kung ano yung mga nangyayari sa ating kapaligiran. Sabi niya, isang view is yung anthropocentrism, wherein this philosophy, this kind of view or approach focuses on the significant role of humankind in the world and considers nature as the means by which humans are able to meet their needs and survive. This view believes that humans are the most important species on the planet and they are free to transform nature and use its resources. The center, the most important, is to recognize that human beings has this significant role in the society, in our environment, in order for human beings to survive. Ngayon, kung hindi yan ma-realize ng mga tao, ano ang sabi ni Mary Midgley earlier? Doon, kanina hindi ko binanggit pero sa dulo anong sinabi niya? If everything will be ignored, this is the end of anthropocentrism. Another approach is this biocentrism, wherein in this view, it is believed that humans are not the only significant species on the planet, and that all other organisms have inherent value and should be protected. So, hindi lang tao. Dito, dapat merong tinatawag na give and take relationship. Dapat marunong ang tao mag-control at marunong ang taong umunawa. Kung ano din yung purpose ng mga organisms that exist in our society nowadays. And the last one is the ecocentrism. It places great value on ecosystem and biological communities. This view believes that humankind is a part of greater biological system or community, and that we have a significant role as steward or guardians of the nature. So, correlated sila lahat. To make the long story short, ang bottom line ng lahat ng sinasabi at binabanggit ni Mary Midgley is respect, justice, and care. Yun. Huh? And aside from what Paul Ehrlich tell us, and the ideas of Mary Midgley, we also need to study this one. The appreciation of natural beauty that brings about the concern for the environment and helps people relate more effectively with the nature. Dapat matutunan natin ito. Environmental ethics. It's all about morals. It analyzes the relationship between humans and the environment. It also discusses environmental problems caused by human activities and social issues. Grabe. This serves as a basis for reflecting on how our actions show our regard for the nature. Sana. Ay, sakit sa kalooban lang na alam mo yun, dati hindi naman talaga ganun ka yung in terms of yung mga distractions, in terms of waste management, in terms of concerning environment. Pero ngayon, buti nga nagkaroon ng nagkaroon ng para bagang parang nagre-revolutionize yung maraming tao ang nag-workout na sa panahon ngayon. Pero kahit maraming tao ang nag-workout, pero marami pa rin mga taong patuloy na nagbingi-bingihan. Wala din. Environmentalism. This perspective advocates to address the growing environmental problems, and it has become an important issue in international politics as governments and international organizations have devoted efforts to discuss environmental issues and formulate plans to address them. That's environmentalism. Sustainable development. There are two major ideas of sustainable development for the protection of our environment. One is that we must make wise decisions regarding the use of natural resources to ensure that there is still enough left for the future use. Ulitin ko to ensure that there is still enough left for future use. Hindi yung isang bagsagan, ubos-ubos. And second is the misuse of resources often means that other people do not get to benefit from it, which is true. Okay? Which is true. And those were our points of reflections, points. Those were our insights. Those were the topics. Those were the things. Kasi kung tutuusin natin, it's only a review of what you have discussed also in your other siguro in other areas. Ito, this is part of the part of our discussions in the philosophy, but we dapat magkaroon din tayo ng alam mo yun, continuous na kamalayan pagdating dito sa ating environmental concerns. Okay, so let's check, identify, yes, dami, and if okay, that were being placed. Evaluate how things in the environment were being placed. Okay, so I will be entertaining questions and sharing insights in the second part of this discussions, which is our plenary. Okay, good day and God bless.